Hey guys, welcome back to Ashley's Homestead Adventures. That was a chocolate chip sourdough loaf going in the oven, and it's going to go in at 400 for 20 minutes, and then we'll drop the temperature to 375 and leave the lid on for 10 minutes, and then remove the lid and bake it for another 20 minutes. And while that's cooking, I have a batch of dog food that I'd really like to get together. I have some deer meat that my neighbors called me last night and said, hey, would you like my scraps for feeding your dogs? And I said, absolutely. So I ran over there late last night and picked up some deer meat for scraps from a deer that they just harvested yesterday. And we're gonna go ahead and get that turned into a batch of dog food for the kids. So come along with me if you would like to know how to make homemade dog food pretty simply, or if you just want some cheap entertainment, I'm here for that too. And be sure that if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them down in the comments. If you like my content, like this video, please guys. That's the best way that you can help me, and it's completely free to you. Also, you can subscribe and it's completely free. So let's get on with it. So here's what we have, and sorry, the dishwasher is running in the background. These are gallon-sized Ziploc baggies, and this is basically just really good trimming scrap meat that came off of a deer yesterday that they harvested. I think here in Arkansas, I think that we can take 6 deer, and so I have found that the people here are really gracious in their trimmings. There's a lot of meat on here, and my dogs get pretty excited for this stuff. It's only pretty much this time of year that I make deer dog food, and they love it. So a deer is really lean, so I don't really have to worry about a whole bunch of fat in it, which is really nice. I do have people that do give me you know, some of their leftover beef and stuff, and I have to be very careful. If you've watched my previous videos, I have to make sure that I cook that down and then render the fat off of it, where with deer I don't have to do that, and I don't really have to do it that much with wild hog either. We haven't gotten any wild hog yet this year, but the deer is really lean, so it's really nice. I can just load it in the crock pot, and I can load in the vegetables and the rice and, you know, everything in here, and just make up a batch of dog food, and it's done, you know, pretty much in 8 to 12 hours. I cook it on low. So there's nothing else to it, but to get this stuff cut up, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a glimpse of what I brought home with me last night, and give you a little bit of explanation as far as I'm not really going to be trimming a lot of fat off of this. And I know that a lot of it does look like perfectly good meat, but the people here are pretty gracious because they put a lot of deer in the freezer every year. We have a lot of really good hunters around us. And don't worry, yes, they know I'm making dog food. They are here to police the situation. Oh, here comes the old lady. Don't get off your bed for me. That's a nice piece of meat. This is what our crock pot's looking like so far. It's getting pretty full. This is just shy of 7 pounds. We were at like 6 pounds, I think 14 ounces is what it was last night. I weighed it last night. I was gonna go ahead and bake this or do this last night, and I just thought, no, I'm gonna wait until tomorrow and I'll do it with you guys. So we're just shy of 7 pounds, and so it's gonna fill up the crock pot pretty good, but it'll cook down. That's it. As you can see, we have a very small amount of scrap. And that also will not go to waste. That will go to the chickens. Okay, my crocky pot is on low. I am going to add just a small amount of water, just a coffee mug full of water, just to keep it. I don't want it to stick to the bottom. And we'll put the lid on and let it go for probably about 4 hours, and then we'll add our vegetables in on low. We washed our cutting board off really good, and now we're going to let it sit and dry in the sink. Okay, in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and measure. I've got a sweet potato in the bowl here. I'm going to measure out our veggies and fruits to go in this batch. We need 1.5 pounds. That was a Honeycrisp apple that just went in. Pop in a big old carrot. We'll go another sweet potato, and that's good. That will be their vegetables that we'll cut up in probably about 4 hours. And I just pulled some dog rice out of the freezer. I will set this here and it will start thawing out so that we can add it. It's already cooked and frozen in a 1 pound package, and we'll add that in at the end after everything's all cooked because it's already cooked. The alarm for our bread just went off, so I'm going to get that out of the oven. And there it is in all its glory. That's a big loaf. Okay, we have been a couple of hours, and as you can see, it's created a lot of liquid. I'm just gonna stir it. Okay, and we'll put the lid back on and we'll keep cooking. Alrighty, we are at 4 hours, so I am gonna go ahead and get my veggies all cut up. Make sure you leave the seeds out of the apple. Core your apple. Don't feed the seeds to your dogs. and our veggies will go into our crock pot. I'm gonna give this a good stir first, and then I'm just gonna put the veggies on top and let them cook on top, because I'm actually gonna let this cook overnight now and on low, and so I don't want the veggies to cook too much. So I'm hoping if I put them on top they won't turn into mush. It's okay if they do, but I was just trying to find a way that I could cook them and not cook them as much. So I think if I just let them hang out on top, I think that'll be perfect. And then we will proceed in the morning. Just like that. We'll put the lid on, and I am going to go night-night, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, we are 7 hours later, and I'm just going to turn this off. I'm going to take my lid off. Look at all that juice it created. And I'm going to let this cool for quite some time. I'm going to go ahead and stir it up. Just like that. And we're going to let this cool. And then I can add in the rice and put it into containers. I'm going to carefully add in the rice here. Give it a mix. Carefully. Then I have these great big 4-quart containers. So I'm just going to put this into the containers, just like that. Okay, we've dished it up, and I have added in their additives, including their freeze-dried beef liver and a sprinkle of kelp. Now it's time to see if they like it. Okay. I'm going to take that as a yes. They all enjoyed their breakfast this morning. I hope you guys have a great day, whatever day that it is for you that you're watching this, and I will catch you on the next video. Yours truly.